The Undertaker chokeslams the TNA World Champion, plus a new WWE title belt has been unveiled, and we have an update on Roman Reigns' plans for SummerSlam. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. The Undertaker chokeslams the TNA World Champion on NXT. To quote the late great Ozzy Osbourne, crazy, but that's how it goes.
Millions of people! Undertaker chokeslammed Trick Willie because last week Trick Willie just went past Team Undertaker, the LFG people, and was like, "You're rubbish. You're all terrible."
And they all went, "Undertaker, he's picking on me." Yeah. And Undertaker, "I'll come and have a word with him."
That's exactly what happened.
It's the equivalent of getting your dad to come sort out the school bully. Trick Willie did a good little promo towards Undertaker on Raw, one of those in-break one type deals, and he was great on Raw. And then come NXT last night, he's there in his all cowboy attire, looking the business. Says his bit, and here comes the Undertaker in his lovely glasses, and he says that
shades, Tom.
They look like glasses.
They're blue tinted shades.
They look like blue tinted reading glasses. I feel like he gets in the car and puts them on before he starts driving. The Undertrainer said that Trick Williams wasn't the same guy as TNA champ than he was as NXT champ. He has all the gear, but he doesn't have the respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
And this comes after Uncle Taker was called soft by Trick Williams, which you can't say that about Uncle Taker. He's the uncle. He'll come and batter you.
He certainly will. He talked about how this version of Trick Williams didn't have respect. Trick Williams interrupted Taker and gave even more disrespect towards him. This led to Taker warning Trick that he was a little too light in the ass to step to an OG, and then promised that if he tried him, he'd make him famous. So Trick tried him, and the Undertaker made him famous.
And Trick's soul left his body. The cell was fantastic. His face was a picture.
It certainly was. This is the TNA World Champion getting dropped on NXT by the Undertaker. So I, for one, am looking forward to the Undertaker becoming the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion. What a timeline that we live in.
I think that is more likely than someone from TNA being the guy to beat Trick Williams. Where this relationship is going, Tom, it's all WWE and nobody else.
It's an interesting one. Also, last night on NXT, we had a new title belt unveiled, didn't we?
Ethan Paige in the ring. He's got the little flags in the... I say little flags, they're massive flags. The biggest flags you've ever seen ever. Canadian ones. He says he was born in Canada but made his name in America, essentially. That makes him the greatest North American of all time. And he says he's proud to be Canadian, Tom. He wants to celebrate his Canadian heritage. So Wapoo, the North American title, the OG one, is thrown outside the ring, and then he unveils a new one with like a Canadian strap with the old like North American title plates on it.
I think it looked quite neat, I'll be honest with you.
Quite nice as well. Corey Graves is a fan.
Yeah.
What a sexy title, I think he said. Direct quote there.
It got me casting my mind back to when Lance Storm made himself the Canadian champion and renamed the hardcore belt the Saskatchewan Hardcore Invitational title because it's got a funny word. and the Cruiserweight title became this something or other kilos and under title. Like, that was a good time. So it reminded me of that. So when you have somebody unveiling this new title, this new focus as a champion, who better to come out and face him than the greatest intercontinental champion of all the times, TNA Director of Authority, Santina Mela.
An Italian man. Nothing to do with Canada.
He lives in Canada.
I'm talking in kayfabe, Tom.
Oh, sorry, Your
He's
Honor.
an Italian stallion, as far as I'm aware.
Like the Bruno Sammartinos.
I know, yeah. But he's actually a Canadian bloke, and he's just from Canada. Just puts on an accent, doesn't he?
He's in the Canadas.
An actor. But yeah, the Cobra comes out and everything. Ethan Page has to dive out a dodge. Dive, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. And it looks like the match is on for a future date.
Yeah, Morella sort of defending Canadians here, saying that Ethan Page does not represent what Canada's all about. So he had a chat with Eva, the general manager, and we have, for the North American title next week, Santina Mela versus Ethan Page.
He uses some horrible language as well, because I'm sure at one point he calls him, and I quote, a bumhole.
He called him something of that, a bumhole. And a son of a gun. This episode of NXT, this is like something that I would have booked at EWR in 2009. Like, there was just, so you've got like Santina Mela challenging Ethan Page for the NXT title, The Undertaker dropping the TNA World Champion. What a time this show was.
I was anticipating one thing after the way the weekend went down. Both big top singles titles of TNA are now held by people who don't officially work for TNA. They're not TNA people. So I was like, right, Under Siege, On Site, those sort of vibes from Shane McMahon back in the day. There's going to be some kind of invasion from TNA.
I think there has to be, because it feels like initially it felt very lopsided, and now it feels really lopsided.
It couldn't be more lopsided.
It couldn't be more lopsided, and it feels like it's building towards the TNA guys coming in and going, right, enough of that, off we go. I mean, if it doesn't, then it's a shame, because it means that WWE have started working with TNA and gone, right, we need to remind everybody every chance we get that we're better than you, and that just doesn't seem quite fair. I mean, okay, admittedly, if you watch NXT week to week, you will know that Marsha Slamovich pinned JC Jane last week in a tag team match and held the belt, which was a curse. I warned her when I interviewed her the other week. You can listen to the podcast feed. I warned her, but it still feels like WWE always get the last laugh in these situations, and it now needs to come to a point where we need someone to step up and be the saviour of TNA, and I think we might be waiting until Bound for Glory for that, which is in October.
Oh, so the Hardys and the Dudleys can step up.
Yes. No, actually, it's Team 3D.
Sorry, Team 3D.
They are different.
Two different tag teams.
I still do think that Mike Santana is the guy that is going to end Trick Williams, but I think they're going to keep the belt on Tricky Willie until Bound for Glory now.
It's a Hangman Page kind of situation with the Death Riders.
I think Santana pushes through and does it, and then I think we need someone to step up and take the TNA World title, Knockouts World title back, whether it is Masha Slamovich once again. There's a couple of options they could do, but I think maybe Masha seems like the one that might do it.
Or the Undertaker.
Or the Undertaker. You know what? It could be the Undertaker. Meanwhile, let's go WWE main roster. SummerSlam on the horizon. We've heard some rumour and innuendo about what Roman Reigns will be doing at SummerSlam. There was a report that said that it would be he and Seth Rollins one-on-one. But obviously Seth's status is now... is seemingly off. He's off the card and off future plans.
Oh, it's a real injury, Tom.
It's a legit injury, Your Honour.
Yes. We saw the footage of the weekend there, him walking down the street with, or hobbling down the street with Rue. Heartbreaking scenes. But yes, that tag team match, that heavily speculated tag team match, looks like it is going to be a thing. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus, according to Roman Reigns, the Bron Brons.
Yeah, the Bron Brons. The Bron Brons. We're going to fight the Bron Brons. It was last night on Insta that Roman Reigns was on his treadmill, and I guess he was just multitasking. And he went, I'll tell you what, I'll see if Jey wants to do this match. But silly boy, I think he must have meant to send it as a private message, because he posted it on his Instas.
What's he like?
What is it? I get it, when you're on the treadmill, you're doing 2 or 3 different things at once. And he's like, yeah, I get that completely. Yeah, so that's Roman, and asking to team one more time, asking Jey if he'll trust him one more time to take on the Bron Brons at SummerSlam. And the ball is now in Jey Uso's corner.
Tribal Chief in main event, Jey Uso versus Bron Brons at SummerSlam. 4 letters, 1 word. G.
I think that match makes sense. We consider in the current climate, like, you know, it gets Roman and Jey in a nice position, it gets the Bron Brons on, and it keeps Seth Rollins in the conversation without Seth Rollins being in the conversation.
Yeah, you have the Bron Bron win, surely, and then Roman Reigns chases the Bron Brons individually, and then that gives Rollins enough time, maybe enough time, but maybe not enough time to get back, and then that's when have the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins singles match.
I like the idea of Bron Breakker pinning Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Oh yes, spear that bitch. Spear that Jim right out of him.
That would be...
Spear him so hard he'll turn up on Raw with a pot belly Bron Breakker.
Oh!
Yes!
That's a hell of a spear.
Give him a hernia.
Did I see that you and Joel were quitting again?
We bloody did. It's a fantastic time. The Cultaholic Fun Federation rides again. It's on the channel now. And there's a playlist of all the Cultaholic Fun Federations. There must be a good 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I don't know how many there's been, but there's been a lot. Please watch them.
You can plow through them right now. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe and love you, Bron Bron.